what actually is email automation?
Or marketing automation. How's
marketing.
that?
All right, yeah, fine. I'll
Automation.
stand corrected.
Yeah,
Go for it. Marketing.
Yeah. So marketing automation is a piece of a larger space, which we call conversion and retention, right? So if you think about, and we being Swiftpage focus mainly on the SMB market, and we could talk about how we break down the SMB market.
What's SMB?
Small and medium-sized businesses.
Right.
That's kind of where it is. So if you think of this thing called conversion and retention, let's start with that first. And you look at the market, everybody in the market needs 4 digital pillars in order to grow their business. We call them presence, traffic, conversion and retention, and optimization tools. Everybody knows what presence is, right? Those are website pages, Facebook pages, landing pages, etc. Then traffic, SEO, SEM, all that other kind of great stuff, drives traffic to your presence. And then what that creates, leads. Then conversion retention is all about converting leads to customers, retaining them and growing them. And then optimization tools are things like financial software, HR software, or whatever. So as a small business, you need to have all 4 of those pillars moving at the same time in order for you to grow. So let's take now conversion and retention. What is that? We believe that the center of the universe of conversion and retention is CRM, customer relationship management. I think everybody kind of knows what that is.
Well, actually, let's not make that assumption. CRM is that synonymous with the idea of email automation? I know you already corrected me on that concept.
Yeah. Yes and no. It's a piece. So think about email marketing and then marketing automation are all pieces. So if you look at the whole space of conversion retention, there's like 3 or 4 big pieces that make that up. When I say pieces of technology. So customer relationship management, and that's really why we call it center of the universe. That's where you're going to store all of your information about your customers, your contacts, your prospects, all the interactions you've had with them. You can also put in your pipeline, your sales. So that becomes your authoritative source for information.
Okay.
Right. That you will then use for things like marketing automation, which is the other big piece of conversion and retention. Maybe even some sales automation, right? So sales automation is when you're kind of looking at your pipeline, your opportunities. It also gets into things that people call, you might hear of what was called CPQ, or configure, price, and quote. That's about, part of sales automation. And then the other big piece of conversion retention is service management. So maybe there's service tickets, or maybe there's field service manager managing a fleet, et cetera. So all that together makes up this thing called conversion retention. With, as a platform, you want to be able to have that all in one, so it's connected, so you're not trying to figure out, what's going on.
Right. Okay.
And so then comes marketing automation, right? Which is, now I've got all this great information in my CRM. And I want to stay connected, and I want to create campaigns, right? And a campaign is like, in your case, with your user base or customers, it's basically saying, hey, listen, I need to go out and raise some money, right? I got this big land development, and I need to go raise $100 million or whatever. Let me go into my CRM and say, who have I connected with in the past that has given me money or been an investor or whatever? Or who maybe I've connected with and wasn't an investor, but I think maybe an investor this time. So now you're going to go into your CRM system, and you're going to say, let me create a group of either existing investors, prospect investors, or just some people that I know that I need to get in hold of. And you create that group, right? And you say, now I want to create a campaign. I'm going to send out, it could be an email message, it could be, maybe a little video or whatever. I'm going to send some kind of an information to these folks that says, like, hey, I've got this really great opportunity. You need to invest, because if you do, you're going to make a lot of money. All right. And so, so that's what the marketing automation is. So that it helps you to create that. Now, you can go into your marketing automation and create your own stuff, or, you know, if you have a really good tool, it's going to have templates and everything already associated that's really geared towards your industry, so you don't have to do a whole lot of work. Then you send it out, and then you can track what happens to that, right? So you can track to say like, hey, you know, Adam opened it. John not only opened it, but he clicked through on this stuff. You know, Adam opened it 4 times. Well, he kept going back to it. Why? Because it probably was interesting to him or whatever. So all those statistics come back. Now, here's the key, and this is what your listeners need to keep in mind. When you're talking about a small, medium-sized business, which even though I would assume, and I maybe shouldn't do this, but the people in your industry, they're probably small businesses. They may raise lots and lots of money, but they're not like thousands of person companies, right? They could be, you know, 1 person to 5 to 10 to 15 or whatever. So now, when you're that small, you don't have a data scientist on your staff. You don't have a head of marketing, or you don't have any of that. So what you need to do is make sure that this software works for you, not you having to work for the software.